Hello children, today we are going to start our class 9 poetry syllabus. The very first poem of your poetry book or your textbook is The Heart of the Tree by H.C. Bunner or Henry Kyler Bunner. So before going directly to the poem, I will like to introduce the poet to you so that you can connect yourself with the poem very well. Henry Kyler Bunner was born on 3rd May 1855 in New York City. As he was born and brought up in a city life or in an urban life, his poetry or his short stories or novels or dramas have all a kind of impression of the urban people or the city life or have a vivid image of the city life or the urban life. Now, though he was a poet mainly, but he was also a novelist, a dramatist, and editor. But his novels are much more inferior to his short stories and verses. He was chiefly known for his drama, The Tower of Babel. His verses or the poems are very technically sound and they have a very smooth finish. Now, coming to this poetry, The Heart of the Tree. The Heart of the Tree is about the importance of planting trees. Though the poet describes a very simple thought or simple theme through this poem, but this simple thought is expressed in a very different way. The poem is equally relevant to our modern days. Why? Because in this modern days, we are so much pursuing the process of urbanization that we are being totally parted from the mother nature. We are not considering the fact that if we fail to safeguard our nature or our environment or to make it healthy, then we cannot flourish at all. So, through this poem, the poet wants us to be aware of the fact that we must safeguard our mother nature or we must protect our mother nature. But now, if we want to protect our mother nature or we want to protect our environment or want to make it healthy, we must plant trees. The only way to do this is by planting trees. In this poem, the poet emphasizes on the thought that a man who is planting a tree is not merely planting a tree, he is doing a very healthy work for the society and for also the nation. Coming to the poem, if we read the poem, we can understand that the poet has listed a number of importances or uses of trees in that poem, in this poem. The Heart of the Tree, H.C. Bunner. What does he plant who plants a tree? He plants a friend of sun and sky. He plants the flag of breezes free, the shaft of beauty towering high. He plants a home to heaven and I. For song and mother croon of bird in hushed and happy twilight hour, the dribble of heaven's harmony, these things he plants who plants a tree. The very first line of the poem, the poet asks a very simple question to us, that what does he plant who plants a tree? Though it is a very simple looking question, but the poet intends to emphasize the thought that we must not take it for granted or we must not consider it as a very casual work of planting a tree. It has much more usefulness. It is an important work in our society to protect our nation, to protect our surrounding. It is only to emphasize on the usefulness of trees. He plants a friend of sun and sky. Now, the tree is responsible for reducing the temperature or controlling the temperature. It attracts rain and it purifies the air by giving oxygen to it or by releasing oxygen to it, so that it creates a very friendly and healthy atmosphere all around us. This is the way in which a tree is a friend of the sun and the sky. He plants the flag of breezes free. Now, when a tree sways with the breeze, and when we look at the tree which is swaying with the breeze, we feel that the tree is like a flag that is being blown away, that is being swaying with the breeze, with the wind. It makes us feel comfortable and soothing to see a tree flowing with the breeze. The shaft of beauty towering high. Now, what is shaft? Shaft means or shaft refers to a ray or a long narrow stick or pole. Shaft means a pole to which the flag is attached. Now, the trunk or the stem of the tree is called as the shaft. So it is the shaft of beauty. Why it is a shaft of beauty? Because in the uppermost portion of the trunk, the tree has green leaves all around, right? So this green leaves adds to the beauty of the environment or nature. The nature's beauty is much more enhanced with these green leaves. Now, towering high, the tree is standing very high and tall, and it is the pride of our nature. So it is said that the tree is towering high. He plants a home to heaven and I. Now, by planting a tree, he is providing a home that is nearer to the heaven. And I means nearby. A home which is nearby the heaven. How a tree can provide a home nearby to the heaven? Because the tree is in a height, and there, if any creature makes a home there, then it is nearer to the heaven. The next three lines describes how the tree provides the shelter, or to whom the tree provides the shelter nearer to the heaven. For song and mother croon of bird in hushed and happy twilight heard. Now, mother croon. What is mother croon? When a mother bird returns to its nest, it sings lullaby that is being sung for its babies to make them calm and sleep during the twilight. What time is the twilight? What time of the day is known as twilight? The time when the sun is just going down. The sun is going down, but it is not entire dark all around. A little sunlight, a little rays of sun prevails all around. This time is known as twilight. In this time, the birds return to their nest, and they sing lullaby for their babies, and their babies calms down and their babies calm down and they sleep. They settle there for the night. So, for song and mother croon of bird. Now, this tree is providing shelter or the home for the birds, and from there only we can hear the singing and the mother crooning of the bird. In hushed and happy twilight, this twilight time is hushed. Hushed means quiet. Hushed means quiet. Silent. Now, this twilight time is a very silent time of the day. And why is it happy? It is happy because all the mother birds returns to their nest, and the family of the birds remains together for the night there. So it is a happy time. Now, the treble of heaven's harmony. Now, what is a treble? Treble is a high-pitched note, high-pitched melody. Treble is a high-pitched melody or a high-pitched tone in a song. So, this crooning or this singing or the chirping of the birds act as a treble to the nature's harmony. What is the nature's harmony? The nature have its own composition or own song. The nature has its own composition or own song by providing various kinds of sounds together that are all naturally produced. So, this crooning or the chirping of the bird is one of them, one of the ingredients in the nature's harmony. And we can hear this during this twilight time, and the harmony of the nature is being completed or is being enhanced by the treble of the chirping of the bird. These things he plants who plants a tree. And the poet answers his own question that these all are being planted by the man, or these all are being provided by the man who is planting a tree. Now coming to the next stanza, what does he plant who plants a tree? Again the poet repeats the question only to emphasize, only to produce force on the thought that we must think repeatedly about the fact that is he planting only a tree? He plants cool shade and tender rain. Now cool shade, the tree provides us cool shadow, soothing shadow. It protects us from the scorching heat of the sun. And tender rain. Why tender rain? Because the tree attracts rain, or it makes the rainwater softer, and by the rain our nature or our atmosphere is nurtured, is nourished. So the tree provides tender rain. And seed and bud of days to be. Now the tree is a source for the seed and the bud for future trees, from which future trees will sprout out in the future days. For days to be means in future days. And years that fade and flush again. That means the years that are passing away. Now a tree which will grow older, and new seeds will be produced by that tree, and new trees will sprout out from that seeds. He plants the glory of the plain. Now if a deserted or desolate plain is there, we don't see any kind of beauty in that plain. But whenever there are trees, green trees over that plain, the plain has its own beauty. Then it looks beautiful, right? It looks more soothing. So the tree enhances the glory or the pride of the plain. A deserted plain is, or a deserted or desolate plain will be beautiful only by planting that tree. He plants the forest's heritage. Now, what is heritage? Heritage means the history, right? So one tree can be the history of a forest. The seeds from the trees can make a forest in the future days. That means one tree paves the way for a forest to be, right? The poet is saying that if we start the work of plantation, then it can produce a lot of trees in future. It will inspire many of us to plant, and therefore a forest can be. The tree can be the history of a forest, can be the ancestor of a forest. The harvest of a coming age. Now, what is harvest? Harvest means the result or the consequences that we get from what we show. So, the tree will give us food. It will give us wood. It will give us various other materials that will be useful for us in the future days. So that from only one tree one can get his food in the future days. The poet is saying that in the future days, the tree will provide the harvest for them, the food for them, the joy that unborn eyes shall see. Now, what is unborn? Unborn means the next generation, the newer generation which has not taken the birth yet. So, the tree is providing joy. That tree which is being planted now will provide joy to the next generation, will provide happiness to the next generation. When they will come to the earth and they will see the tree, they will enjoy the various benefits of the tree, they will be happier. And so the tree is a source for happiness for them. These things he plants who plants a tree. Now, one who is planting the tree, the poet answers his own question again, that these all are being planted by him. What does he plant who plants a tree? Again, the same question in the third stanza. He plants in sap and leaf and wood. Now, sap, leaf, and wood all are the components of a tree. Sap means the bark of the tree. Now, leaves and wood. Wood means when the tree will be when the leaves will wither and the tree will grow older, the wood will be useful, right? For various works. So the tree is not only for food or not only for the betterment of the nature or the atmosphere, but it is also useful for the livelihood of our future generation. The next generation or the newer generation will enjoy the other benefits from the tree, like its sap, its leaves, its wood, all are useful in love of home and loyalty. Now, if we love our home, if we love our surrounding, if we are loyal to them, they can rely upon them. So we are doing the work of plantation. By doing the work of plantation, we are helping our home and our surrounding or the nation. So we are loyal and we love our home and environment and the surrounding. And therefore, the man is planting the tree because he is concerned about the benefits, concerned about the goodness of his surrounding. And forecast thought of civic good. The man who is planting the tree now has a power of foreseeing. He is a visionary man. He can see the future good that will be provided in the future by the trees, and therefore he is planting that tree. Civic good. Civic means society, and whatever is good for the society, he is foreseeing now, and he is planting and doing the work of plantation, and this work will benefit the future society. So he is a visionary man. His blessings on the neighborhood, who in the hollow of his hand holds all the growth of all our land. Now, this man who is planting the tree is being raised up to the stature of God. He is being the incarnation. He is becoming the incarnation of God, because God provides us with all that we need to ensure to safeguard our life. And this particular man is ensuring everything that is required to save our life. So the man who is planting a tree is being elevated to the stature of Almighty, or his nobility is being praised so much that he is being referred to, or he is being referred to the incarnation of God. Mark the letters that for who in the hollow of his hand, the word his that starts with the capital letter H. Now this capital letter proves that this man is being compared, or this man is being elevated to the stature of the incarnation of God. Holds all the growth of all our land. Now, this man is so much powerful that by only planting a tree, he ensures the power with the hollow of his hand. Within his hand, the power is lying to safeguard or to protect our environment, or for our future good. Future benefits are lying in the palm of his hand only. A nation's growth from sea to sea stirs in his heart who plants a tree. Now, the man who is planting a tree is not only thinking about his own boundary, his own city, his own town. He is thinking about the whole nation, the whole earth, the whole planet. Because he is not selfish to think only about his own. He is thinking for the nation, from every corners of the nation. He is thinking to develop or to make the nation grow by planting trees. He is inspiring the others to plant trees, and therefore the atmosphere or the environment of the nation can be better. And if the atmosphere can be better, if the environment would be healthy, then we can flourish a nation. Then our nation would be much more developed. This thought stirs in his heart who plants a tree. Stir means move. This very thought is just moving or poking in his heart, and therefore he is doing the work of plantation. Now in the whole poem we can see that overall idea of the poem is only to show the importance of trees and to inspire us to do the work of plantation. The poet tells us that only doing the work of plantation is not a very casual work. It is a work that ensures the safety of our nation and environment. In today, we can see that deforestation is going on. So, this particular poem is a message from the poet to ensure that we plant trees and we make our nation healthy and beautiful. That's all for the heart of the tree. Read out the figures of speech that are being given in your workbook and the themes that are given over there, the title part that is given over there. Read this and you will understand the poem. Thank you.